Alright guys, so we are going to be back on scene here. Again, it is going to be extremely dark. But we are back on scene here. This is going to be the criminal forensic unit trying to get some pictures and stuff like that of the vehicle. I did leave. I'm not sure if they did take the body yet from the scene here. This barrier right here is it's pointless, if you ask me. Right now we're on Howard and Wilson on St. Paul's East Side. Sounds like someone has some road rage. We had more victims' brothers, and well, they claim they're the brothers of the victim. But yeah, this barrier right here is completely pointless. I'm not sure why they still have it up, honestly. Like I said, I did just arrive back to the scene. I'm unsure if the victim is still in the car or not. There's a lot less officers on scene. There is not anybody on scene. Like, all the people pretty much disappeared in the little bit of time that I left. But yeah, they are taking pictures right now of the vehicle. That freaking light back there was kind of messing up the camera, so I'm going to kind of stay hidden behind the barrier. That's the only good thing about this barrier here, honestly. But yeah, I am unsure right now if the victim is still in the vehicle or not. I am working on getting information from Mike Ernster on this one, but all I know is the victim's family is on the other side there still. They did just have a few people try to walk through the crime scene, and the police told them that they would escort him down there. They did say that they were brothers of the victim. They weren't really showing any emotion, so I mean, I don't really believe if that's true or not. But for right now, we do have officers here. We do have officers there. That blue light is killing the camera. Basically, we've had a couple incidents happen since then. There was a robbery of a girl that got hit with an umbrella. She got her keys taken. She got her purse taken. But not too much has been going on here. I mean, there's a gentleman just taking pictures of the car right now. Like I said before, I'm not sure if the victim is still inside the vehicle or not. From what I know, well, I can't say from what I know, but basically, I am not sure. Again, for all you guys who are just joining, and you guys didn't see the earlier live, there was a car that went off the road. As you guys can see right here, it went off the road over there, coming from the west on Wilson Avenue. He did lose control here. The bumper is there. They did find a cell phone as well, close to the wall over here, or close to the fence. They did say that it rolled, and there's a stair set right there underneath, as well as looks like a railing. Um, basically, the car started on fire almost instantly. Bystanders said they heard someone yelling uh, for "help me, help me." Unfortunately, that means he was still alive after the crash, so he did burn pretty much to death, from what I know. I mean, he could have bled out from his injuries, but from what I know, the fire did a number on the car. So I mean, I'm sure he pretty sure he was probably badly burned. There was a few people that came out of the neighboring houses over here um, to try and save him, but they could not. Basically, it was pretty horrible, pretty fast. There were fireworks in the vehicle. They did go, first they started exploding, and then they started going in the air. Um, and exploding in the air is kind of like a fireworks show after the car started on fire. I'm unsure why the vehicle actually started on fire or how it started on fire. By the time I got here in the first video, basically there was the fire was already out. St. Paul Fire Department was on scene. There was multiple cops. They were shutting down traffic in all directions. They do have one at gunpoint right now, 1441. I didn't catch the actual street name, but they do have one at gunpoint and calling it a 10-1. They are trying to hold all radio traffic. They did clear the 10-1 just now. They did get one detained. Like I said, by the time I got to the scene earlier, everything was almost squared away. I am not sure if they took the body out of the vehicle. I did leave. I did leave for a quick second to the gas station, but I am unsure if they did take the body out of the car. I mean, they still have this barrier up here, so I'm not sure what purpose it's there for. I mean, it really doesn't make sense to me. It is a Sunday night. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty sad job that they did with this barrier, honestly. I mean, that was the worst thing I've ever seen here. I mean, they still have this tiny barrier over here that they didn't even care to finish putting up. I mean, it was pathetic. A little flash photography there. But like I said, all the victims' family is on the other side there. This is the forensic unit. They were trying to tell the lady that was here on scene earlier that the forensic unit was the guys that were here in plain clothes. But I've never seen a forensic unit in plain clothes. This is more or less the forensic unit here. And I'm honestly not sure. This guy right here, he actually looks like a normal police officer just taking pictures. But they do have some people reconstructing the scene here. They have multiple cameras up there, and they're trying to reconstruct what happened here on the scene. But there is, someone told me that there's skid marks over there. Me personally, I didn't see any skid marks myself. Especially when it was daylight, I didn't see any. But, I mean, I'm sure he tried to brake, but I don't know. But they definitely need to do a better job for sure on getting these barriers up. I don't know how they thought that it was going to happen, just being that these are on a hill, or this incident happened on a hill right here. But I feel like they could have did somewhat of a better job. Me personally, I don't believe that they took the body out just yet. Yeah, the fireworks show afterwards kind of blew my mind. It's a good question. I don't know how the family got notified of the situation here. It's possible that they had family members in the area that that lived in these apartments, possibly. Don't quote me on that because I don't know for sure, but there could have been family members that lived in these apartments that seen what happened, or friends of the victim, and called the parents. But the dad, he actually showed up. The dad showed up a lot later than the rest of the family members did. I feel like you could have put that tarp up way earlier. I mean, I don't know. Like someone else said, you probably could have brought that car to a different location and took more photos, but I know they're trying to get all the information from the actual scene. Yeah, they're definitely taking a while on this one. They're trying to figure out how long or how fast he was going, obviously. Probably what caused it to explode into flames. They did just put up a black bag on the passenger side of the vehicle here. I do believe the fireworks were inside of the vehicle already. I don't know who said it, but someone told officers that there was fireworks possibly in the vehicle, and then they confirmed it as the fireworks started exploding. Some bystanders I heard talking that they thought it was a weapon that was they thought it was a firearm going off inside the vehicle, which I've heard that before. I was covering a fire in Egan once. I never posted the footage considering it was an Egan, but it started pretty quickly. I mean, I was actually one of the first people on scene. I tried to go, not really in the building, but I hollered inside to see if anybody was there, see if I can hear someone. But there was the smoke. You couldn't even see inside, guys. I mean, it was terrible. I tried to do my best on just to try and make sure I didn't hear any voices coming out from inside. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't have ran in there anyways. The way that the smoke was coming out of it was insane. But there was basically the house started to go up in flames pretty quickly. And then after it started going up in flames, there was multiple rounds going off inside the home. The neighbors said that the owner owned firearms a lot of firearms. When bullets do tend to get heat, they can explode. And that type of heat, it did make them explode pretty quickly. Again, he is taking photos. I don't know if you guys can see a phone. He is taking photos right there. So that could be where the phone is. From what I know, there was only one person in the car here. But that Egan fireman, it started out just really horrible. Like, it started to flame up super fast, and that fire, it didn't contain itself at all. By the time it was done, the whole house was completely it was completely done for. Apparently the neighbors said that the owner wasn't even home, that she was in the hospital at the time, which, I mean, I don't know how the fire even started, but I mean, I could if you guys want. I still have the footage of the fire. I don't know. My channel is based on St. Paul. It's called Streets of St. Paul, so I try to only post things that happened in St. Paul. I did cover that North St. Paul incident, but I let other channels like Minnesota News Now, Twin Cities Crime, other Minnesota crime, things like that, to try and cover other parts of Minnesota. But if you want to see it, boycott, I definitely will. I definitely will post it. You guys can check it out for sure. Honestly, like, the home was just total chaos. So I was actually looking, when I originally seen the incident happening, basically I was sitting in my parking lot. I was doing some work out there. Once I was at the scene, I was sitting there about to go into this apartment building to do some work, and there was this noise that I heard come from behind me. And as soon as I heard it, I turned to my left and I saw what appeared to be smoke, like a bunch of smoke coming from about a few blocks out. So I went and I checked out what it was. There was extreme amounts of smoke coming out of it already. And so basically I tried to get in there, try to get people out. I mean, I didn't go in, obviously, but like, the smoke just kept billowing out of there. Unfortunately, the whole house was a total loss, but by the grace of God, there was nobody inside the house at the time. While I was covering that incident, guys, a neighbor came outside and he asked me who I was, why I was on his lawn, and at that moment of time, I was kind of hoping that he told me to get off his lawn. But at that time, I was kind of hoping that fire would have spread to his house, just because, the way he was acting towards me, he was acting like a piece of shit. There was way more people on his lawn and everything, and he saw me recording and he thought I was a threat for some reason. I don't understand why, but he decided to come and try to face off with me while there's a whole fire going on. Police are everywhere, fire departments everywhere. But for some reason, he wants to come tell me to get off his property, like there wasn't 50 other people standing on his property. But he was more worried about me being in his grass than the situation at hand, which is just kind of sad. But yeah, they are still working the scene here, though, guys. Yeah, he wasn't even old, man. He was just rich. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but he was just extremely rich, and he had that little snobby attitude towards him, and I couldn't really do much. I mean, I didn't get off his grass, I'll tell you that. I just kept recording. I mean, I didn't really care for his attitude or nothing, so. But we do have these guys sitting here taking pictures, trying to figure out what caused this crash here. Figure out how fast he was going. Yeah, I try not to get out to Egan too much. I do a lot of work out in Egan, but You know, I'm from St. Paul, born and raised. I live out in St. Paul, so I try to do the best I can to get the information to my fellow residents of St. Paul. Um, a lot of the crime that I do cover is in my side of the city, over in Frogtown. That's where I spent most of my life. That's my home over there. Um, I agree, Kawana. I do agree. I do think that, people shouldn't act like that. I definitely, I was born, raised in the neighborhood that wasn't, I lived in poverty, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't have much. We came from pretty much nothing. We never had anything growing up. So, I mean, I did, I did my best on always trying to provide for my family. But, we never any amount of money could ever make me change to who I am, and a lot of the people out in Egan, they're born with it. They're already snobby from day one, which is a sad thing. No, this wasn't a police chase. But yeah, basically, the people out in Egan, they're all born with it, and not all of them. I can't say they're all born with it, but but a lot of people, a lot of people just pretty snobby out that way. I did stay out there for about a year. Um, Never again. I stayed out there for work one time, but I realized that it wasn't the people I want to surround myself with every day. They're pretty crappy. But, the people in St. Paul, we're a community. We help each other out. We do the best we can to be a part of, helping each other. And, if someone's in need, we try to help them out. And we don't judge as much as they do out there. And, basically we just try to do the best we can to be supportive and pretty much just do everything we can, to help each other out. They look at me kind of like I'm an outcast out there. So a lot of the suburbs I go to, so far I have not seen the coroner, but I did just get back to the scene not too long ago, about 25 minutes ago. Um, I haven't seen a coroner come to the scene yet. The family members are still on the opposite side of where I'm recording from. So, I mean, it's possible that they are still on scene for that reason because the body's still here. Well, I appreciate that, Mark. Um, I do my best to try not to sound like monotone Mike. Um, I mean, Mike Martin, his voice kind of kills me. Uh, I agree with that one, Opal. That community, that's a good one. We all do have to come together, especially when certain things happen, to try and oh yeah, I agree, boycott. I definitely agree that the older gentlemen, the older moms, they used to be family oriented. They used to be great people. These younger generations, I feel sorry for the world. I really do. These are going to be our new doctors. These are going to be our new, teachers, all that, and so far, I've seen these people younger than me, 23, 24 years old, becoming teachers. All of a sudden, they're diddling these kids, having a relationship with these kids. That never would happen in my time. It was barely ever heard of. It was just, they were teachers, and that's what, I mean, it was possible fantasies, but they just never really occurred like that. I mean, it was just how it was supposed to be. The doctors, they were great at what they do. You know, these kids nowadays become nurses and they do it for just the title of being a nurse, but actually helping people is not what they want. Yeah, today's music is crap, man. Honestly, after the 2000s music, like, you know, early 2000s, I really just don't even know, man. The way, even the hip hop nowadays, any type of music, it's crap. I mean, before it was a little bit better, you know, but now it's not what it used to be. I mean, I like lyricism. I'm a fan of, you know, actual hip hop, you know. It's not what it used to be. Um, yeah, it's honestly sad. I was on scene when the family, when I believe it was either the grandma or the mom, and pretty much the grandma or the mom showed up here to the scene, and they were crying, you know, hysterically, and I completely understand. The dad also showed up to the scene. They had to restrain him. He was trying to get onto the scene, and they actually weren't allowing him. I mean, I'm not sure what the protocol is on that, but basically, I'm sure he would have just seen the burned up body inside the vehicle. So, I mean, it would have been pretty heartbreaking to see, anyways. But, you know, like, that's your son. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, that means everything to you. Your family is, your kids mean the world to you. And to see your child like that, it's terrifying. You know, I had the option to see my mom when she was passed away. Um, I didn't want to see it. You know, I didn't want my last memory of her to be the way that I saw her, um, or the way that she was. You know, she was passed away, and I didn't want that to be. But they brought her outside in the ambulance. You know, and my nephew was actually the one there, and he actually seen my mom, and you know, it was horrible. I agree. I agree. It's heartbreaking. You know, they said they were going to take the tape down right here in front of this apartment, you know, gate here so these people can get to work, or do whatever they needed to do. Unfortunately, they don't care. The sergeant lied straight to my face, just like she was lying to my face about why they were pushing the tape back. They were trying to say that they pushed the tape back because they were trying to give the forensics team more space to work with. But in reality, they couldn't get the barriers up properly. As you guys can see, this barrier here is still not even, I mean, it's halfway put together. Yeah, open caskets are definitely creepy. It definitely scares me when it comes to open caskets. It's not the, let's just put it like this, it's not the person that you knew back then. You know, you look in that casket, all the embalmment and everything like that, it's heartbreaking. It doesn't even look like your loved one. I mean, they look like a completely different person, and it's honestly sad. Um, it's kind of terrifying, actually, and, like, you know, that's like the last memory you have of them. Um, most of my family, my mom, my uncle, my grandpa, they all got cremated. Um, they didn't have an open casket. The last one in my family was my grandma, and that was back in 2000 when she had an open casket. But the rest of my family did not. They all got cremated, and you know, it was over at Bradshaw Cemetery or Bradshaw Funeral Home on Rice Street. Um, Pretty much all my family members were their funerals were held there. Um, Honestly, I don't know how I want to go out, but you know, I don't think I want to have an open casket either. I don't know if you guys heard about the call that I heard. The call I heard the other day But it was crazy. I mean, so basically this guy called. He called and said that there was people stealing stuff in his apartment building, and that one of them had an AK or an AR-15. He called back a couple minutes later. When he called back, he told them that he was sleepwalking and that he didn't mean to call. Um, I don't know. The police showed up anyways because they didn't really believe him. So they showed up anyways, and they didn't find anybody in there in the apartment building. But it's a weird call. I mean, I don't know who would sleep call the police and tell them that someone had AR-15. But in my opinion, that's just crazy. But yeah, I understand, guys. My parents are both gone. I lost my mom Christmas Eve when I was 18. Um, Lost my dad a couple years later, and never really knew my dad, so it wasn't too hard on me on the dad. But my mom was my world. Pretty much like Christmas, it's never the same for me. I try not to ruin it for everybody else. I try to keep a positive attitude, and just my mom would have wanted me to stay happy and enjoy the holidays, but it really messed me up. It's something that is really hard for me now. But as the years go on, it's yeah, my mom didn't even see me graduate high school, man. It was sad. As the years go on, though, it does get a little easier, and that's all I can say. It still is hard, but life must go on. They wouldn't want you to sit around and cry and grieve all day. They'd want you to move on and continue on with your life, start a family, you know, get married, have kids, all that, you know what I'm saying, and just live a good life. And that's all we can do. We just got to keep on pushing, and that's really what we can do, guys. I mean, it's unfortunate, death is all a part of life, and that's the saddest thing, but it's all we got here in this world. This fence right here is kind of, I do appreciate it, and I really do appreciate it, Kwana. You do help me out with funds. This gate right here keeps opening, closing, opening, closing. I do appreciate it, Opal. I really do. I mean, I know my mom would be scared shitless, basically doing what I do, but she was always fearing for me, and just trying to make sure I stayed out of trouble. And when I was younger, I did get into a lot of trouble. Thank you, Boycott. I do appreciate that. If you guys do want to donate, Streets of St. Paul 1 on Cash App. If you guys can't, I completely understand. Money isn't always laying around for everybody, and I do get that. My mom, she was around for me when I got in a lot of trouble, and she was always there for me no matter what. But I changed my life. I've turned it all the way around. I became a better person, and yeah, I know what you mean, Ralphie. I used to smoke a lot of pot back in my day. Been sober for a few months now. I've been trying to stay clean and stuff like that. So I mean, it's a lot easier said than done, but like it's a change that had to make. I smoked pot for 18 years. I started at a really young age, and never really did I intend to start. It was just kind of in the neighborhood all the time, and like I said, I was a horrible kid. My mom always had to watch me commit crimes and stuff like that, and I changed, and here I am today, and way better person now. And I try to live my life to be a better person. I try to rub it off on my family a little bit. I try to rub it off on the people around me to motivate them to do better. I actually was a motivational speaker for a little while. I used to travel around the United States, and when I first started doing it, I was really, really nervous. You know, I've spoken in front of thousands of people at, you know, thousands of people at different conventions, but you just got to look at the crowd, pretend nobody's there, pretend you're in an empty room, and you know, just talk from your heart. You know, I lived in foster care for quite a while in my life too, because my mom was also on drugs. Like I said before, she used to smoke dope with little Susie. That's how I know little Susie. And basically, you know, like you just gotta give it up one day and just become a better person and do better things, and you know, try to learn from your mistakes. But I used to go around the United States and, you know, speak to foster kids. I used to speak to, you know, people who are less fortunate, stuff like that. I used to go, I went to Florida 2 or 3 times. I went to Kansas City. Um, I went to a lot of different places, guys. I went to Texas, uh, you know, just to do these conventions, to speak to people, talk about my time in foster care, talk about my time in, you know, juvenile detention, you know, stuff like that, and talk about the choices that I still make today. And, you know, every day you just got to learn from your mistakes, and you just got to do better. I mean, you know, I never found Jesus or anything like that. I grew up, you know, and, you know, I learned, you know, and I took myself out of situations that, you know, possibly could get me in trouble. And, you know, a lot of the people that I hung around were a lot of the reason why I, you know, used to do things. I mean, sometimes I was a follower. I became a leader. I became a person of my own, and you know, I had to change. I had to change for the better. You know, like I said, now I got a fiance. We've been together for over 12 years, and you know, we love each other, and we do whatever we can to make each other happy. You know, we're focusing on starting a family soon, and you know what I'm saying? And we really want to get married really soon. So we definitely are trying to trying to do better things with our lives and become better people. I could sit here and give you guys relationship advice all day, but the only thing I would say is compromise, compromise, compromise. You know, you're never gonna like the same things, and if you guys do, that's good. But you know, you guys are gonna see things that you guys don't like about each other, but you guys have to come to terms with it, and you know, find a middle ground there, and just try to definitely try to just, you know, trust each other. That comes with the time of the relationship, you know. But um I mean, right now, guys, the scene here, it is not much going on. We do have the guy in plain clothes still there, and the other guy with the black shirt there. Um, I don't believe that they are. I believe that they're homicide investigators. I mean, you guys can not quote me on that because I don't know for sure. But forensics units team, like the forensic, unit, they usually come in uniform. And they usually show up in a white van. From what I've seen at these scenes, for this one, I have not seen a white van. These guys showed up in an unmarked car with lights, with literally blue, you know, red and blues. So I'm not sure if they are with the forensic unit, but they did show up a little bit after. It's possible he was off duty. I mean, the other guy, he showed up with the other guy. So, I mean, I don't know why both of them showed up in one car either. That was kind of strange to me. Usually they show up in the white forensic van, you know, and the homicide usually shows up in 2 different cars. But it's very strange to me. Yeah, that tarp, man, let me tell you. Yes, I have gotten a lot stronger, boycott. Like I said, you know, them kids in Egan, man, they don't know anything. You know, they get thrown in this world and they wouldn't even know what to do. You know, mom and dad always had their back, so they really can't figure out what to do with their life. I don't know what this tarp here, what this barrier is actually hiding. I mean, I don't know. It's really no point even having it up. I mean, I could see these guys over here. I can also see the car there. I'm assuming at this point that they probably took the body out. Um, Yeah, you're not the only one, Opal, that said that this tarp came from Timu. There was also another one of my subscribers that said that, and from what I know, Miss Garza, they did not say any information. They're really tight-lipped about these things until the medical examiner identifies the body. Um, I don't know. I mean, speaking from what I heard from the surrounding bystanders, he was a young guy. Um, there are security cameras. We have multiple cameras actually in the area that said that they found ring doorbells. They found a few other cameras in the area, so they are going to be checking those cameras, trying to get details on if there was anybody else in the car, how fast he was possibly going, what possibly caused it to go up in flames the way it did. But they, from what I know, I don't believe there was any time for any of the victims or anybody to get out of the vehicle. Um, and yes, you were right, Kawana. There was some next of kin that did show up on scene. His dad showed up here. Cops did detain him. Um, but from what I know, they had to restrain him. I'm sorry, they didn't detain him. They restrained him from coming onto the scene. But from what I know is that they didn't have very much time, if any, to get out of the vehicle. Uh, from the bystanders, what they said was that once the vehicle came to a stop, it burst into flames almost simultaneously. Um, as soon as it burst into flames, they heard someone say, "Help me, help me." Fireworks started to go off in the back, and it was like a fireworks show going into the sky at that moment. And yeah, I can't confirm if that was a DoorDasher or not, but it was kind of suspicious. He came on scene with a bag. I'm not sure what was in the bag. Um, but yeah, basically, it's really sad on, what common sense people have. They were saying that this guy was driving. Some people said 50 to 60 miles per hour. Some people were saying 80 miles per hour. So, I agree. I'd have to be restrained myself. When my mom passed away, I lost it. I completely lost it, and so I know how it feels. I don't know how it feels to lose a child, but I know how it feels to lose a parent, and I completely lost it. Um, it's sad. And, common sense used to be a thing that was installed in people. When I was young, I had common sense. Nowadays, these people don't have any, and it's not just like, you know, I feel like I don't know. I don't think it's like something that the parents can give you. I think it's just something that's installed in you. But these people, these kids, they don't have it nowadays, and they're having a little meeting over here on this side. Uh, yeah, a lot of the times they can use the jaws of life after to get someone out, or like, I don't know if you guys seen that video on 94. Um, there was a car that went on fire over there on 94, but the community came together to the community came together to the community came together to actually help him. Sorry guys, I was listening to the scanner, but this girl said that people are touching her like magic, and she's PIC, person in crisis. Um, but basically, the community came together, stopped on the freeway to help pull the guy from the burning car, and they saved his life. As soon as they did pull him from the car was completely engulfed. Uh, if they would have been any minute longer, he would have definitely passed. But the community did come together here in St. Paul. They did pull him from the wreckage, and it was a beautiful sight that, we all in this world can come together, and, there's still nice people out there. I did see that one too, Sean. One call that came out 5 minutes ago on Wheelock. There was a robbery. The person ran into an apartment complex over there. Yeah, it was sad that 8-year-old that got hit by the car, but I'm glad people came together and lifted that car off of him. You know, they did an awesome job. Um, it's terrifying, you know, some things that happen out here, but it's really beautiful when a community comes together and helps out. And there's been a couple robberies, guys. Make sure you just, you know, stay protected. Do everything you can to watch your six. Um, Suspect on Wheelock is a black male, 5'8", white hoodie, black or gray sweats. Oh yeah. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you guys for still watching this live. Um, I have been listening to a scanner. We haven't got a whole lot. Um, Trying not to get that blue flashing light in the camera view. It's kind of hard from this angle. Yeah, this is gonna be the 14th homicide. Or not this one, but the ones that we have had on Hatch was the 14th. I believe it was the 15th, but the 14th that St. Paul has investigated. But there was that Metro Transit has investigated. You guys can still kind of see that blue light there. Not much I can do about that. Trying to get these guys right here on camera. Mace works, you know, definitely. If you don't own a firearm, definitely get something that's non-lethal to try and protect yourself with. Looks like they're going to be taking more pictures here. See if we can see what the back of their thing says here. Medical examiner. Okay, so the medical examiner is on scene now, guys. So I believe the body is still inside the vehicle here. I agree, Ralphie. I agree. Again, this person here is with the medical examiner's office. They are taking pictures of the things at the scene here. The only thing that the sheriff actually said, or not the sheriff, the sergeant said on scene that was actual facts, is that they were trying to block it for privacy, which I understand. I do get it, you know. The news did come up at the time when I was recording here, trying to get footage. They did not actually say anything to him about privacy, but they were trying to push me back, claiming it was for privacy reasons, which was bullshit. I mean, they don't care about the privacy of the victim. They care about, you know, their reputation. No, he hasn't been here. Surprisingly, he didn't actually show up on scene. Alright guys, so we do got the medical examiner here pulling in. That's the guy who takes away the body. So that just confirms that the body is still inside the vehicle. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I agree, Opal. There's definitely not a crowd for Bob Fletcher to impress, so he's not here. The accident happened, you know, I'm not sure how many hours ago, but it was definitely quite a bit of hours ago now. So they are going to be moving this thing closer, guys, to try and get some coverage. So they are going to be trying to block it right now. I believe they're going to pull the body out of the passenger side here. There is definitely a window, possibly a door right there where the stairs lead to. You guys can see that they have their failed barrier set up there. Yeah, that Timu tarp ain't gonna hold up for long, guys. This is the best I can get for you guys for them removing the body here. I mean, this is pretty much as good as view as I can get right now. But they are going to be pulling the body from the car here shortly. Yeah, if you guys can zoom in any better, this is about the best view I can get. Trying not to distort the camera view too much. There's some kind of fire truck on the other side. Can't see what they're actually doing. Yeah, it's possible. So it does appear that fire is back on scene here. They might have the jaws of life with them. I can't really tell from this angle. They do have a few bags in their hands though. It is going to pull up right next to me, guys, so it might get a little loud. I'm sorry in advance for that. It did light it up for me just a little bit better. Seems like it's getting louder and louder and louder. Unsure what they're actually doing here. I do apologize again if the fire truck is too loud. There's not much I can do about that one. That firefighter, it looks like he was moving kind of awkwardly down that hill. I really truly believe that the guy in the white is a homicide detective. Maybe the fire department came back on scene to clean up the mess that was caused here, possibly. You know, most of the scenes I'm at, the homicide detectives usually wear suits. That's what kind of shocks me about this guy with the white collar shirt on. I don't know. I mean, I've never seen someone come into a scene the way he looks, but also there's another guy that came in non-uniform, wearing just a regular black t-shirt. Yeah, they are sure pointing at us. That's for sure. You know, I don't like when they infringe upon my rights. Most of them know me by now, and they know I don't like to be talked to with disrespect. I mean, I do my best to respect them, but once you tell me I can't record, you know, I tell you get the hell out of my face. I don't understand the purpose of this fire engine here being so loud. Maybe it's to cause me from not being able to record properly. Sounds good, Ralphie. They are pointing towards the cell phone that they did find right here along this fence line. I cannot see it. They are taking pictures of it though. I know, that's what I thought. Trying to distract me, guys, from seeing what I actually need to see. Yeah, this firefighter over here, man, he's limping pretty hard. Not sure if he's fit for duty, guys. He must be the driver. But he's limping pretty hard. Either he's old age or he just got a work injury, but I don't think he's fit for duty. They are still taking their time on this one. They're waiting to remove the body from the vehicle here. All those that are standing in front of us here are either, so from what I believe is the two that are in non-uniform, I do believe that those are homicide. We do have a couple forensics guys there and a couple firefighters, as well as a few uniformed officers. Like I said before, that tarp isn't very sturdy. It's possible that it might fall over. This is the guy here that's really, check him out. He doesn't look like he's fit for duty. He didn't just go walking down the hill like that. He actually went walking across the street like that. So, pretty sure he has some type of injury. So I can't actually see the roof. That's the hood of the car right there that's opened up. Yeah, I gotta get something, man, because they're trying to do their best to not make it able for me to record. You know, it is, what time is it? It's almost 1 in the morning, and they got this fire truck out here doing this dramatic noise. I'm sure the neighbors aren't too happy about that.
This tarp on this side if they're not blocking that side?
They got a tarp on that side too.
Oh, okay.
It's a smaller one, but and I don't even know if they got a tarp on it. I think it's just a barrier setup, but without the tarp. They are trying to figure out how to pull this guy out of the car though, guys. Yeah, these iPhones are pretty decent. I think they work well enough to cancel out a lot of the sound. Yeah, I'm not sure why they would put the fire truck right here, guys. I mean, I'm not sure. When it first rolled up, it was not making that noise the way it was now. I'm not sure what they actually did to make it sound off louder, but it's definitely annoying. We do have the medical examiner there, the one in the black, and also the one in the traffic-looking outfit there. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't hear them either way from this distance, so, I mean, it is what it is. Interesting, interesting. So we do got a tow truck, guys, over here. The officer is telling the tow truck to make his way in. I do believe they're going to try and take the vehicle, and try to move it just a little bit. Looking back at us like we're gonna cross the crime scene or something. Yeah, it's possible that he's really stuck in there. Yeah, I literally couldn't hear them talking before. I mean, they weren't saying much, and then when they were, I really couldn't hear them. I mean, I'm sure they can't hear themselves right now. So, I mean, that noise is kind of, it's just annoying for everybody involved, I'm sure. There is people on the other side as well, as you guys can see. I'm sure how much they can see. The barrier that they have there, it doesn't look like they have a tarp on it on that other opposite side, but I really can't tell. I was thinking the same thing. I assumed they would use the jaws of life by now, but he must be really jammed up in there. I was on Maryland earlier, guys. I did see some kids just driving around all crazy like in a what I believe is a stolen car. They're about 15 years old, just driving recklessly, shooting Nerf guns out the window at people at the bus stop. Some teenage girls that were at the bus stop. Not sure if they knew them or not, but they made a U-turn in the middle of the street on Maryland and Rice and decided to come back through the intersection, shooting them, and they weren't even paying attention to the road at all. They went into a turning lane behind me. Could have possibly smashed a car if there was one behind me, but they didn't care. Interesting, Opal. I didn't know that. But that's definitely something that they are doing right now. The tow truck went around the block here. It's actually coming from Howard here, behind this squad. I'm assuming they're going to use this tow truck here. It's going to be extra loud now. Rest assured, guys, you guys aren't missing anything right now. This is the sergeant here that was lying to me earlier, guys. She was the one that was trying to lie to me because her team was incompetent and could not set up the barriers, so they were pushing the scene back further. They are trying to push the barrier back, guys. Trying to block my view here. So we are going to see what we can see from this angle here. Yes, John, this was fatal. I do appreciate you subscribing. I am doing my best to give you guys the best view here. They do keep trying to block my view as best as they can. Once they see me with a camera, they feel threatened. It's possible that they are going to pull the driver out of the individual out of the driver's side now. I'm not too sure. They are working on getting this tow truck backed up over here and trying to get it in a proper position. These cops are hating me right now, which I really don't mind. I hate them just as much. We got a shots fired on Striker 441. Heard 3 people run through the comp's driveway, run through their yard. That light is pretty bright. Yeah, I'm doing my best, guys, to get this on camera. We have this officer that keeps mugging me. So they did turn off the volume. Turn down the volume of the fire truck. So we are being able to hear it just a little bit better. Not sure what they're gonna do here as far as this officer just keeps mugging me, man. The sergeant, she don't like the fact that I'm here. Definitely is. I mean, they lit it up pretty nice for us. I'm not sure if they're going to take the body out here or not. I don't know them to be moving the body or to move the car with the body. I mean, I've never really heard of that, but I've never been to this many crash scenes like that. So it's possible that they're going to move the barrier again. They're making it as difficult as they possibly can here. It kind of looks like they're going to use a human barricade at this point. I don't know what they're doing, honestly. I mean, I don't even think they know what they're doing at this point. Oh, he's a soccer dad. The guy in the black that's not in uniform is a cop, as well as the one in the white. They showed up in unmarked, but yet it had sirens or lights on it, so get ready for some movement here, guys. Like I said, the car is rested on some stairs here. He got his work he's got some work to do here. We do have all these officers standing here trying to create a human barrier. They just created a human wall on the other side now. I'm sure when they get the car pulled up that way, it'll be able to block him a lot more. I see St. Paul Police using Tyson or Twin Cities towing pretty much every time they need a tow. Looks like he's gonna pull the tires right off that thing, guys. Seems like they're just joking around, having a good time. He is trying to get it dragged up to level ground, it does appear, so they can get the body out. As you guys can see, there's burns in the back passenger side of the door. Yeah, me too, boycott. Me too. You're right about that, John Smith. We are paying for him to just sit here and joke around. I still don't see a body inside. I've seen it where the body is also pinned where the feet of the floorboard are, or is. That's the medical examiner there. I believe it's a Nissan Maxima, an older version. From this angle, it kind of does look like a bug. So they are moving the tarp here, guys, as much as they can to block the view from me. It's about time this barrier had a purpose. They actually finally properly used it for once. They do got the other one crappily set up as well.
Go from a different angle. Over there.
I'm gonna go around this other angle to see if we can't get a better view, guys. These lights make it extremely hard to actually see.
I'm trying to block it now, but you could just see a second ago. This cop car blocked it. Go to that side though, maybe.
They got the stretcher out there. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get you guys the best view here. There's a tree in the way as well. Huh? I am gonna try and get you guys a better view real quick. Just give me 1 second here. I'm working on it, guys. They do hate me at this moment. They just keep blocking it though, guys, so I'm not really able to see much. Like I said, the barrier is set. We're not able to see much here, so. Huh? They do got the gurney there. But we are doing our best to see what's going on. They do keep blocking the view. This tow truck driver standing in the way now. He's helping them out, trying to block the view. I do apologize for the red and blue lights, guys. This is the best view I'm probably going to be able to get here. No, they are not loading the car with him in it. But they are standing in front of the view, so I can't see anything. The gurney is right there where the tow truck driver is standing in front of. He's actually blocking my view pretty hard here. He's a big guy. Over here?
Over there. Right by the car. Like, perfect. And they have the gurney right there. So they're gonna pull a body out right there.
That sergeant right there that keeps turning around, she literally hates my soul. Yeah, they can't stand me, guys, right now. They're trying to do everything in their power to block me from seeing what's going on here. They're all shooting me dirty looks in every direction every time they can get a chance to. You guys with XL Energy?
Oh no, we're just coming to deal with the exposed wires.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Oh yeah.
Is there any casualty? Is there any casualty?
Casualties?
Yeah.
Yes, one.
Okay, those on.
Well, guys, I can't get anything. They officially blocked me. So I'm not going to keep on toying around with them and trying to get around anymore. They are going to be bringing out, I believe, the jaws of life here. Unfortunately, they are not going to let me get any view of what's going on here for you guys. (51516), please go to a different channel. Really don't need you on my channel. For you guys who are just joining, we did have a accident on Wilson and Howard here on the city's east side of St. Paul. The car did go off-road. It started, or pretty much exploded in flames. I do not know at this point if it's a male or female, but one of the family members that did come on scene said it was his brother, so I do believe it was a male. After the car exploded and the flames went fully engulfed, we did have fireworks go off in the back of the trunk or the back seat. I'm not sure which one. But we did have fire come, put out the fire. There was multiple onlookers on the scene. They are working on getting the body out of the car right now.
Just look it up a little bit and you'll be able to see the thing on the cap. What's called. This is what's called right there.
I definitely will, Kawana. I'll be posting any updates on this. I will get further information from the PIO of St. Paul Police. All the lights here really make it hard to get any footage anywhere here. It appears that they're possibly loading the body up as we speak right now onto the gurney. Again, there's that firefighter that looks like he needs to not be a firefighter anymore. They are pulling him out of the passenger side, it appears. Again, this did happen on St. Paul's east side. I believe it, man. I do believe it. And, you know, I spent my time in the ER with a firework wound. That's why I tell everybody to stay safe every 4th of July. There is a dozen juveniles on Thomas and Dale right now fighting. They're having a few officers break for that incident. Yeah, that's good, John. I'm glad you still have your hand, man. It's they're very dangerous. I was shot with a bottle rocket. I was shot with a bottle rocket in my chest and I almost died. 4th of July of, I believe it was 2014. Or I'm sorry, it was more years than that, honestly. It was 14 years ago. 15 years ago, actually, this year. It shocks me how many cameras they have on them, on their uniforms, that are rolling right now, but they're worried about the camera that I have. As you guys can see, we have multiple people standing around. Honestly, I don't understand why it takes that many people just to stand here and do nothing. But that's what half of them are getting paid probably overtime for. On our tax dollar dime, you know, we're the ones paying these guys. The fire department is working to free the victim. If you guys can hear like pounding on something in the car. Surprisingly, there's no Ramsey County Sheriff's deputies on scene here. The gurney is there, right over the tow truck there. Oops. Yeah, it surprises me sometimes how they get so caught up with me recording. We do have the city of St. Paul here coming to tend to the downed wires. Once I get a better camera, guys, I'll be able to sit back a lot further. That way I can get better footage so they won't know that I'm even there. That way I can zoom in and get some better footage from a distance. That way they won't be trying to set up the barricade for me. On the right of the screen, you guys can see that the fire department is kind of working the situation. I'm not sure what these apartments are here, but they are on Wilson and Howard. Could be the Wilson Avenue apartments. I'll look into that one for sure. I mean, I got an iPhone right now, but I definitely will look into getting another phone here. They do have more people fighting at Thomas and Dale right now. They are asking for more squads to the scene. They did get some that dispersed. Come to the side of him real quick. What?
Medical Examiner getting lit up.
Oh, I know, huh? They are asking for central squads. I do remember that, Ralphie. Yeah, he must really be wedged in there, guys. They've been taking quite a bit of time now to try and get him out. At this point, extrication. They're trying to extract him from the car. They haven't got very far just yet. I mean, it's possible they're getting close. They got the body bag there, guys. They just put the sheet on him, I believe. I used to use Citizen app. I don't use it very much anymore. I didn't realize that they charged you now. I believe they just got the body out. They're working on getting him in a bag. The gurney is there, guys, if you guys can see it. Apparently the body is still in the car, guys. As you guys can see, the white body bag going over the person inside the car.
Either that or you're trying to cover something up like so we don't see, but
Again, with the guy with the tie right there is the medical examiner. It appears that the victim is inside the passenger side. And then you got this guy. This is going to be the front of the car here. I'm trying. I was holding it in the air so I can get a better view. And I'm getting ate up by these mosquitoes. It does appear that he's kind of shining the light right at me, but I'm not sure if that's the case or not. All right, let's put it like this, guys. There we go. I just wanted to capture the image of when I didn't have the tripod actually open, there you go. But I just wanted to capture it when they actually do pull the body out of the other side and put it on the stretcher. stretcher? Yeah. I hope that works for you guys better. So it does appear that the sheet is on the driver's side here. Unsure what they're going to be doing now. Those red spots are possible blood. Who are you? Like I said, that's possible blood right there under the sheet there. I'm not sure if it is or not. We do have a few officers leaving the scene here. The guy with the scrubs on is the medical examiner, as well as the one in the black there on the left, the taller gentleman. They are still working on getting the gentleman out of the car here. There's a sergeant again who lied to me multiple times. They do kind of have their human barrier here. Yeah, I do appreciate it, guys. I do appreciate Allison. I'm trying my best out here. They are trying to block me as much as possible. So again, there goes the sergeant. She isn't very happy that I'm still here. I do appreciate that, Ralphie. It appears that they are trying to cut away something at the moment. Looks like the front end of the vehicle. It's possible that the victim's body or legs or something is stuck right there. Again, I've watched people in California multiple times where they cover scenes like this, and the police never ever say anything to them. The police never say anything. I don't understand why they always say something to me, but I've seen a lot of fatals where they never even say anything to them. They're focused on doing their job, and that's it. Exactly, agreed. A lot of people were saying he was screaming, "Help me, help me," but then it just exploded pretty quickly. But they are working on getting this whole front end here off. But like I said, I've watched multiple people do what I do, and they never get said anything to them at all, ever. Again, that's the city of St. Paul there. We got a few guys on scene from the city working on the down wires. I have watched Chuck Bronson. Actually, Kawana actually had me watch him, and he's good stuff. You know, he holds cops accountable. You know, I don't try to be as hostile as him, but I've learned a lot from him. I do try to just make sure that, you know, these cops treat everyone with respect. I do appreciate it.
I suppose they let them through, so usually they didn't let the North St. Paul, city of St. Paul, what's it called? Do you remember? Like this shooting?
Oh, yeah.
Remember it?
Yeah, there's down wires here, though. That's why.
I guess.
There's two guys standing right in front of me are with the medical examiner's office. Again, these cops are not too happy that I'm on scene here. They're actually pretty pissed off. They are still working on freeing this guy here, though. I hope everyone had a safe 4th of July. Yeah, she's hostile. She's usually at every scene that I'm here, that I'm at. She is extremely hostile. Obviously, you guys seen she was at that scene I was at yesterday. That criminal sexual conduct. I still haven't heard back from it, so I can't confirm that it was a criminal sexual conduct. But CSC sounds like, you know, what you said, Ralphie. So I do believe it was a criminal sexual conduct. Yeah, I know. I try not to speed out here. I try to just I try to be as law-abiding as possible. Yeah, you know, every time I come across her, she's always got something to say to me. She's always pushing me back. She's always getting offended. She's always just being aggressive. Basically, she was aggressive on that one scene I was at on the murder that happened on, I believe it was off of Maryland. There was an Asian gentleman that got shot and killed in the back alley there of the apartment complex. I believe it was Maryland and Mendota, possibly. Don't quote me on that because I've been to so many scenes. But basically, she was also there, and she was very aggressive. So, but she was actually trying to keep her cool. There was a new officer that was a lateral from a different agency. You guys can check him out. He was on I put him on my YouTube channel on the, well, he was in the video that day, but he was also in one of the posts that I made. That he was one of the laterals that came from a different agency. I mean, it kind of surprised me because he's really young. He's at least probably like, I don't know, 25 or something. But he's an extremely young guy, extremely fit. He had kind of like a fro going on, and but basically he just like, he lost his cool that day with one of the witnesses at the scene, or one of the ladies at the scene. And the Somali lady actually was telling him, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just be quiet. Which was really surprising to me. What's that? No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't come up till after, probably about 15 minutes afterwards. Really unfortunate, man. You know, it's always sad when something like this happens.
That's what I asked the cop. I said, well, is there anybody else involved? And no, I said, what, reckless driving? He said, that's what it looks like right now. But they saw something on the ground and they were catching it right out there, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Putting a tire marks and what the hell they're looking at. But
I know there were fireworks that exploded in the car after it started on fire. A whole bunch of fireworks went in the air. So, I mean, it's crazy, man. How many times have you dealt with something like this?
more than I want to.
Yeah.
It was the first one of the year, thank God, but I hope there's no more.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
I was telling one of the guys here, my worst one is I had a motorcycle versus a pickup truck, and got there before the ambulance and everything, and see the body right there. It's like,
yeah, it's hard to do.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to see that anymore. It stays with me for a little bit, but that's why I'm just staying back. I've seen enough death. I don't need to see more.
I agree. I've doing what I do. I mean, I came across a lot of bodies in my time. And it's sad. The cops and me don't have a good relationship. They feel like a bit disrespectful and stuff like that. But it's my job, So I do what I can to stay out of the way.
Do you like an incident chaser or something like that? Like
Yeah,
at night, like
pretty much.
Like I seen that show, Night Chaser or something like that. You go around and get these cop scenes and shit.
Yep. And I do that. And I mean, this is what I do pretty much. And I try to keep respect. With the cops and everything. But they don't like it. And I mean, I can understand. But I just.
Yeah, actually, if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably do the same thing. Because I have a scanner at home too. I listen to it all the fucking time.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's I do it to inform the city. I live in St. Paul. I do it to inform people in St. Paul what's going on.
Sure.
I have a YouTube channel called Streets of St. Paul.
Okay.
So I'm out here as much as I can, trying to get pretty much everything that I can on the news of St. Paul.
Sure.
I don't know. I just try to do everything that I can. So it looks like they are going to be getting the body out right now, putting it in a body bag. I'm not going to be going around the barrier again, guys. I'm not going to keep on wasting their time. I'm trying to get them to get this wrapped up. They are getting the body out, I'm sure. It's just going to take them a little bit longer. I was talking to the tow truck guy just a second ago, and he was telling me what the worst thing he's seen. Yes, we can call it that, Opal. They did a horrible job setting it up. He said this is the first time he's been to one of these this year. He's seen a lot more deaths than he wanted to, so he's kind of staying back right now. He definitely don't want to see this just as much as other people don't, but unfortunately the cops don't want us to see anything going on here. About what all I can see is going to be the body being transported in a body bag on the stretcher here. Yeah, it can be pretty hard on the tow truck drivers too, man, you know, but he said if he wasn't a tow truck driver, he'd probably be doing what I'm doing now. He's got a scanner at home himself, and, you know, I try to get you guys all the information I can possible. Oh, I'm sure they did. You know, in Minneapolis, it's been hectic out there lately. So they did move it pretty much to this side just so they can get the body out. Actually, I am going to try and get you guys a view here. Not going to go too far, but I'm just going to put it right here, guys, and see what we got. They keep trying to block it, but this is what I'll show you guys here. They're still working on the car itself, so I mean, if it took them that long to realize that I was still recording, I mean, then it really just, I don't know. It's kind of horrible on their part. I really thought the tow truck driver was going to come say something to me, but he was actually a very nice guy. But I thought he was going to say something to me offensive. Yeah, honestly, he didn't have a chance getting out, guys. Unfortunately, he must be really wedged in there. They have to take out the whole front end just to get him out. That's tough, you know. They are looking right now for other, you know, skid marks, stuff like that over on the scene here. Tire marks. That bright light they got in there is kind of affecting the camera just a little bit, but so the guy in the white, he keeps pointing at this house behind me, or he's pointing at me, I'm not too sure. But he did say those people, which I believe those people were the same guys that came out to try and help the victim. But I'm not too sure. Again, I do appreciate all you guys who are still with me on this one. If you guys haven't shared the broadcast, please do. Definitely, you know, if you have family or friends that live in St. Paul, definitely let them know about this channel. Let them know I can get you guys all the information I possibly can. If you guys haven't already, please like the broadcast, give a thumbs up. If you guys can donate, please donate to my channel. I haven't got it monetized yet, but I am just accepting donations if you can. It's Streets of St. Paul 1 on Cash App. Again, that's Streets of St. Paul 1 on Cash App. As well as if you guys have any ideas for videos, tips of any kind, definitely try to email me at streetsofstpaul22@gmail.com. streetsofstpaul22@gmail.com. Definitely try to get all the advice I can out here. This is a team effort. Yeah, I am really glad nobody else was involved in this. Ralphie, that's going to be Streets of St. Paul, PAUL 1. Thank you, though. But I am glad that nobody else was involved in this one here, guys. You know, as many people as were out, and you know, the apartment buildings here, there's a lot of people outside, so it could have been a lot worse. I know it is a horrible situation here, but it could have been even worse, guys. It's never good when someone passes away. I'm sure the medical examiner is watching because, you know, they're trying to make sure they see what happens to the victim's body to make sure that, you know, no other cuts or bruises are caused by the firefighters, or, you know, trying to get them out of the vehicle. But they're still working at it, guys. It's been some time now. They are doing their best. We do have the medical examiner continuously looking at us, judging me. Yeah, you're right, Bradley. I was just telling everybody about that incident. The community came together extremely quick to pull a guy out of the vehicle. When he pulled the guy out of the vehicle, it did get engulfed in flames right after. So, you know, they did an amazing job helping out and just being a part of the community, you know, and pretty much just doing everything they can to come together, which was beautiful. If you guys haven't checked out the earlier live on this incident, I was here earlier. Definitely check it out. It does take a little time to post on my end, but for you guys should be able to see it by now. Yeah, there was a car who said that they passed by them going at least like 50 to 60, possibly 80 miles per hour on this residential street here. And you see that person in the window? There was some people that said that they passed by them going really fast. The tow truck driver also said that aggressive speeding, you know, could have been the reason why this occurred here today. I'm sure that's the case since no other cars were involved. I do not believe any cars were involved at this point. And yes, these streets are 25 miles per hour. They did change the speed limit. They are still working on getting the victim out of the car here. I know it's late, guys, and I do appreciate you guys sticking with me here on this one. It's 2:00 a.m. Monday morning. 2:02. Cars can be very dangerous though, guys. You know, you always gotta make sure you watch your speed. You know, it's one thing how you accelerate, but you know, the deacceleration is the thing. And you got to learn how to decelerate, or else you can end up like this guy, you know, unfortunately. It appears that they're still taking more pictures to my right. Man, that's crazy, Sean. You know, it's been happening more and more and more every day in Minneapolis. Have you heard any idea where it happened at yet, Sean? And yes, CE, there has been power lines that were down over here to my right. I did get a little bit of footage of it. They did have the city come out. I'm not sure if they took care of it already or not, but I'm glad it was on a racetrack. I'm glad you're okay. 84. So the information I have on from Minnesota crime from the St. Paul motorcyclist who had fled earlier, I was telling you guys about. He did crash. He was found crashed near Lorient and Arlington. The suspect fled on foot to the north, and a state patrol helicopter is overhead as of 10:30 p.m. to assist in the search. The Hispanic male suspect was wearing a black sweatshirt with white on the back. A backpack and a black and white helmet with horizontal stripes. Around 11:25 p.m., officers were calling off the canine track and clearing the perimeter with the suspect not located. State just requested just now that St. Paul police help them on a traffic stop on 94 in Dale. Said 3 cars were stopped right there and they're asking for St. Paul's help. It is going to be on 94 eastbound, just right under the bridge. We do have a couple neighbors looking out their windows still over here, trying to just get a glimpse of what's going on. They are still working the scene here, trying to get the victim out of the car. State just cleared all St. Paul cops just now. They had 3 cops en route, but they did clear them all. It appears that one of the firefighters is on top of the vehicle. They're still going at it. He still looks like he's shoveling away on the right side of the driver's side there. I'm sure he's trying to get the guy's feet unwedged, possibly. I'm not sure if that is actually the case, but it's what it kind of appears to be. The firefighter that's up top, it does look like he's got the sheet. And he's potentially grabbing at it to try and lift the weight off of it. To try and kind of pull the guy out from being wedged. They still got the stretcher on that left side, right?
Looks like 2 people or something over there. Is there a medical examiner? You see his hands? You know what his hands?
Oh, yeah.
They might go out that way.
Does appear that the firefighter here and the medical examiner are also holding part of the sheet. Feel free to go to sleep. We are going to be live until this thing gets solved. You can definitely check back tomorrow. They are doing the best they can, I'm sure, to get him out. It is just taking him some time because he is wedged in there pretty hard. Pretty tight, I should say. We do have a few sergeants just laughing around, goofing around. The same sergeant that lied to me earlier. She's just having a good old time while this guy is being extracted from this car. That one right there on camera. And she's looking back at me, judging me. But yet she was just smiling and laughing and yeah, she was mean mugging me pretty hard, guys. So it does appear that they did get the victim out just now. They are going to be wrapping him up and going to be moving the tarp over again. Again, that vehicle is a mangled mess at this point. They are going to be taking more pictures of the body here. Sorry guys, I got it in the air right now trying to see anything that I can see. They do keep blocking it off more and more.
They moved this tarp, but they didn't move that tarp, and I saw there's still people over there.
Can't see much from right here, guys. We do have the gurney there on the left. They are going to be taking more pictures of this vehicle here. Yeah, I was lifting the tripod in the air, guys, just so I can try and get a better view. I was lifting it above my head about 2 feet to try and see, but there's not much that I can see. People are all in the way. That's the tow truck driver right there that I was talking to. They are going to be getting the body on the stretcher there. The body is in the blue bag there on the ground. He is blocking it so we cannot see much. Not sure how big he is. There is quite a bad smell coming from this area. I'm sure it's not the body right now. I'm sure it's just them cutting open the car here. Yeah, I mean, he looked like he's just gonna go kick it with some friends. I'm surprised his collar's not popped up. But the vehicle, or I'm sorry, the victim is right behind that tarp there. And there's the victim, guys. Where's the coroner's van again?
There was some over here.
Okay, it's gonna be to the right. So here it is, guys. That is going to be the victim there, being carried away on the gurney. I believe that's the coroner's van.
It's a great van.
Right there, guys. They are going to load up the victim here. That is the body. He does kind of look like a bigger guy to me. I've seen a few body bags in my life, and they're usually smaller than that. That's what it could be, guys. But they did get the victim inside the van there. I'm gonna get you guys a full view of the scene here. The tow truck driver is now going to do his job to get this scene cleared up. I'm gonna stick around for that. He's either a big dude or else, like someone just said, who was it, Kawana. It could have been the fact that his knees were locked in a position because of the steering wheel there. But they are going to be working the vehicle now. I will be sticking around for that. But now it's time for this tow truck driver to do his job. I do appreciate all you guys who've been sticking with us this far. The medical examiner is going to be leaving the scene. The fire department is going to be leaving as well. Yeah, I'm just glad they finally got him out of the car. It's unfortunate, you know, all the way around the situation. That car is definitely totaled. This tow truck driver seems like he knows what he's doing. He's going to do his best. Looks like the fire department's going to try and get out of here first. So again, they did take away the body already. What's that?
There's a person over there. So they probably got a good ass view.
Yeah, there's a few people over here on this other side. I mean, he could probably see what was going on. Usually boycott, they don't let me on the scene until after the car is taken away. They usually spend a little bit more time on scene to try and just make sure all the evidence is taken care of from what they have, and then they take down a tape after a while. I mean, it does take a while for them. There's still a couple guys here that I believe is homicide, to my right of the camera there. I was told it rolled, but that wasn't by any one of these officials here. They're pretty tight-lipped about any information. They don't provide any details whatsoever, so I do have to contact the PIO of St. Paul Police in order to get that information. Again, they are still looking for any kind of evidence, as you guys can see here. They do try to get as many details as possible, any evidence that they missed. Once the car is moved as well, they do try to get all the information they can from where the car was rested at. Yeah, she looks like a rookie. That's about what I got from the car. I mean, he did pull the tires a little bit to drag it up the hill area a little bit, but like I said, we do have some people still here looking for evidence. That's a good one, Ralphie. Yeah, the lady that had her car on scene, she would have been waiting hours until she was able to take her car off scene. Again, we do have a few officers still just checking around, seeing what's the deal, what's going on. A lot of the officers did leave already. We do have more officers leaving now. It's possible that could have been even the medical examiner, one of the medical examiners. Oh, nope, he's still here. He's here talking to these guys that I believe are the detectives on the case. This cop is doing all the hard work, looking for the evidence. Take that back. This guy's doing the hard work. He just picked up the bumper that was there. They did just take the body out, as you guys seen. He's throwing him inside the car?
This belongs to you.
Yeah. These guys are the most nonchalant detectives I've ever seen. They rolled up in kind of like a man van. They both rolled up together, and I mean, it looks like a man van to me. Looks like a soccer dad van. I'm not sure. Looks like he stole his swag from a 12-year-old boy, but I mean, hey, that's how cops dress nowadays. Excuse me, guys. Are you with homicide? Are you guys with homicide?
I can't hear you.
Are you guys with homicide?
No.
No. What unit are you guys with?
Traffic. Traffic.
Oh, traffic? Okay, sounds good. Thank you. So apparently these guys are with the traffic division. That blows my mind, but I guess they're with the traffic division, guys. That's how the guys, skinny jeans on fat guys, yeah. I never seen a traffic, I don't know, traffic detective, I guess? I don't know. I mean, that's the first I've heard, honestly. It's kind of crazy how they dress, but it works out, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that, guys. I've never really heard of a traffic detective like that. I mean, I don't know if they're the ones reconstructing the scene, but tow truck drivers picking up all the pieces, throwing them back inside the car, getting ready to move this thing. Yeah, I'll have to look into that, Callie. I never actually... I believe, I mean, one of the guys said traffic and the other one said traffic soon after, so the hood does still work, Ralphie. I'm not sure if it closed all the way, but it does work. From the accidents I've reported, this is by far the worst one.
This lady's the only one actually doing work.
Yeah, he's the only one that cleans up.
Her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this officer, Ralphie, the one that you said should give you you should give him the number, or she should give you the number. She's the only one that's actually sitting here on scene still looking for
The rest over here.
any details. Huh?
That's not really legally chit-chat.
We do have a sergeant over to my left, the one that was lying to me all night. She's just chilling, hanging out, just having a good conversation with one of her fellow workers over here.
Traffic.
She was chit-chatting with the traffic police. Yeah, I've never seen a car that looked like this that I actually, even when I went to a couple rollover crashes, they weren't this bad. This is by far the worst one that I've seen. You know, that Tahoe that we actually seen involved in a murder. If you guys haven't checked that video out, definitely do so. Basically, check that one out. That was a pretty bad accident the way it appeared to. It wrapped around a tree, kind of. But Twin Cities Towing always takes care of it in this, you know, in these incidences. I'm not sure if they have a contract with St. Paul Police or not, but every time I've seen a traffic accident, they're always using Twin Cities Towing. The St. Paul Traffic and Accident Investigation Unit. Huh. That's the first I've heard. What's that?
Said it must be a new division.
Wonder how long that division's been around. That's interesting, but I usually don't go to these traffic calls like this. As you guys can see, this car here is tore up, man. I'll definitely be checking it out. I do appreciate that information, but I will be checking that information out. I like to get to know everything that I can get to know about, you know, St. Paul Police and everything like that, just so I can know who they are. The one in this incident, he hit a railing, but the other incident on the murder on Van Dyke, he actually wrapped it around a tree. It was a tree. I remember Mike Ernster saying that he wrapped it around a tree facing south. into the tree. This tow truck driver does have his work cut out for him. Again, I was here earlier. There was multiple people smoking weed right behind me while the cops were putting up tape, which was kind of crazy. I'll definitely check it out, Opal. I appreciate you looking into it. See, it could have been a tree in this incident too. They did come, the city of St. Paul did come for downed wires. I'm not sure exactly where those wires were. I mean, it could have been further down in Wilson, but they did appear to show up for downed wires. Again, I do appreciate all you guys for sticking with me on this one. I know it's late. White Chrysler 300 was just stolen over in Midway neighborhood. A girl heard her car start. She went to go check on it and it was gone. As you guys can see, he's trying to find somewhere to put the fender or the bumper in there. Hey Pamela, how are you? I'm glad you can make it to this live. Like I said, guys, if you guys haven't seen, maybe it takes only these two officers to take this thing down. Huh, interesting. That's interesting. It doesn't take as many officers to take it down than it does to put it up, the barrier. But if you guys haven't checked out my live before this one, definitely check it out. We do have the beginning of this incident also on camera. I did not get it while it was on fire or the fireworks were going off. I want to say thank you to all my moderators. You guys do a fantastic job here. I do appreciate you guys. Without all you guys and my subscribers, my channel wouldn't be anything. So I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Like I said, if you guys got family or friends that live in St. Paul and want to know what the deal is, definitely tell them to subscribe to my channel. I do my best to get all you guys the information that you guys deserve. You know, if you live in St. Paul, you want to know what's going on around you, definitely check me out. I do appreciate that, Opal. You know, a lot of times people don't understand it, you know. A lot of people are filled with self-hatred, but I do want to let every single one of you guys know you're beautiful, you're handsome. You know, there's always someone out there for every one of you guys, you know, especially if you don't find someone, there's always yourself. Take care of yourself. That's the best thing you can do in this world. You know, if no one else loves you, you can love yourself. Thank you for dropping that Cash App, Pamela. You are the best. I do understand that money is tight for some if you guys can't afford it. Definitely, you know, don't even think about donating, but if you can, I really do appreciate it. You know, like I said, I use it all for good purposes. I definitely do appreciate you guys though. And Kiwana, the flooding, it's actually in one day it went down 3 feet. The city of St. Paul is trying to get it together so they can have some type of event down there, hosting a celebrity. I can't remember which celebrity right off the top of my head at this moment, but it's some, thank you, Pamela. It's some famous celebrity that they have down there, possibly Lady Gaga or someone of that nature. But they do have an event that they got going on there. Not sure. So as you guys can see here, he did put the bumper or the front end inside the car, sticking out of the top. But yeah, like I said, you guys, you know, the flooding down there, they are trying to take care of it. I got a few videos. A video I have where the whole landing area is all covered. The whole park is all covered. Everything's pretty much covered in, you know, in water down there. But it has receded quite a bit. So they have gotten it to a point, I believe, where they are still hosting the event. They have a lot of cleaning up to do. You know, they removed all the stuff from the essential items out of the buildings there. There was a restaurant down that way too that was fully covered. He is continuing here to throw things inside the car. If you guys have information on what they do with these cars after, if they take them down to the tow yard or the police headquarters area somewhere, so they can try to get more evidence out of it. I mean, I'm sure they got all the evidence they need at this point, but let me know what you guys think that they do with these cars, because I don't know, or if they just bring them to get smashed. Just please let me know. From what I know about this car, I believe it's a Nissan Maxima, older model. At least that's what I believe it was called out as on the scanner. You really can't tell what it is at this point from this angle for sure. I mean, if you guys have any ideas on what that car could be, please let me know as well. Like Pamela said, if you guys want to communicate with me, definitely hit up my Gmail. I do my best to respond. I do have a couple emails that I need to get back to right now. Pamela, so for this incident, I know you came in late, but so it happened on Wilson and Howard. They believe that the guy was just speeding. He lost control. He did hit the curb over here. From what I heard, that he rolled. It came to a stop. I'm not sure if that's factual at this moment. The car started on fire pretty quickly. There was a guy inside that was screaming, "Help me, help me." Fireworks started going on after the car was fully engulfed in flames. So there was a bunch of fireworks that went in the sky, which is, I mean, a hell of a way to go out if you ask me. I mean, honestly, it's kind of crazy. But a bunch of fireworks started shooting in the sky, shooting everywhere. There was about 4 people across the street here that did try to run up to the car. Oh, parted. I'm sorry. I didn't read that right. But yeah, that does make sense. You know, I'm not sure they can get many parts off of this one. I mean, definitely they can try. But yeah, this incident, man, it's sad. You know, it's pretty crazy. What's up?
Like, give me close, give me a hand real quick?
Yeah.
Let's go inside the exhaust from under my truck.
Okay.
So he's gonna go help the tow guy. Wanted to make sure I got that. You know, we always try to help when in need. You know, Streets always tries to get help whenever he can. Ain't you so sweet?
Yeah, he's a nice guy, so I'm pretty sure the cops hated that for sure. I did get his business card, guys. He was awesome. Definitely a cool guy. The cops, I'm sure, was pissed the fuck off. You know, especially since I'm the one that's been recording all night. They love to hate me. I mean, that's the main reason why I said, yeah, I'll help you. They looked at me, they judged me, they were pissed. I do my best to stay out of the camera. I do not try to pretty much show everybody who I am. Their whole exhaust was on the ground, guys. It was kind of crazy. There's a lot of actual parts over there to this car that just, I don't know how exactly they were ripped off, but they were ripped off pretty hard. Yeah, Bradley, that cop, he was tripping on me. He did a horrible job telling me that I needed to stay away from the scene. There was no actual tape up or anything like that. I was not causing any, you know, problems. I did get in touch with the top ranking person over at the State Patrol. He did tell me that his state trooper acted out in not a proper professional way. They did say that he was going to undergo more training. Not sure if that was ever the case. He was gone for a few days after the incident occurred on vacation. So, you know, he got the right to go on vacation after he treated me the way he did. But I did have a lot of words with his supervisor. No, at one point, you know, at no point did his supervisor ask me what I wanted to do about the situation. He basically told me what he was going to do about it. He told me that he was going to do more training with the guy, stuff like that. But, you know, he gave Minnesota State Troopers, basically it was about what you expect from a Minnesota State Trooper. I mean, as far as the mustache thing, you know, all state troopers seem to have, you know, at least the asshole ones have a mustache. He was just kind of an asshole. Right now, these cops are just kind of clearing up the scene a little bit, trying to put their barriers back in their bags and stuff like that. It does seem like the rookie cop is doing all the work here.
Did you notice that when the rookie cop only had 4 bars left, the sergeant came over and started helping him take it out?
Yeah, it seems like the rookie cop is doing all the work here. Yeah, I mean, I believe she was the one, guys, that was standing on the opposite side when they were trying to put the barrier up in the first place. I may be mistaken. There was actually a lot of lady cops here tonight, more than I actually see on a usual normal crime scene. But They, I believe she was the one that was just standing off to the side, kind of. I really hope it is easier too. I mean, she's making it seem like she got most of it squared away, but it doesn't look like she got it in the bag all the way. Again, if anybody is just now joining, the incident that did occur here on Wilson and Howard today on the city's east side of St. Paul, Minnesota. We did have a car that went off the road here. It caught on fire pretty quickly. The victim did die inside the vehicle. After the car started going up in flames, there was a bunch of fireworks that did go off in the back of the car. Not sure if it was the back seat or the trunk. But there was yeah, Ralphie, that's almost it's almost undoable. I mean, I've had a hard time trying to do some things like that as well. You know, it's almost like the memory foam didn't even fit in the original box in the first place. But yeah, basically the incident that occurred here was just tragic. The family of the victim here in this incident showed up on the scene. The dad, he showed up and had to be restrained. He did try to come on the scene and try to you know, get to his son. Unfortunately, he could not get to his son. You know, I mean, I don't know if he wanted to see that in any ways. You know, it was terrifying. It was terrible. I'm honestly, you know, sad for him. You know, I've been to a lot of scenes where people have died, and it doesn't get any easier, you know, and people always think that, you know, me reporting on this, that I'm just heartless or something like that, but I do have a heart. You know, I do feel for these people. I do feel for the families of the victims. I do feel for everybody involved in the situation. You know, the cops, the tow truck drivers, the ambulance people, you know, the paramedics, the firefighters. I do feel for everybody involved in the situation. It is extremely sad that, you know, you have to go home and deal with that every single night of seeing what you've seen. Me personally, I've seen a few dead bodies up close myself. You know, it's something that sticks with you over the years, you know, and you do the best you can to just pretty much, you know, get it out of your mind. But, you know, you do have dreams, you do think about it, you do, you know, it kind of traumatizes you in a way, you know, but, you know, I've seen a lot in my life growing up. I've seen gangs, I've seen shootings, I've seen more than my share of crime. I do appreciate you, Opal. You know, thank you so much for watching tonight. I understand it's late. I do appreciate you, though, and I appreciate it. Next time you come on, you know, I am grateful for all of you guys. But good night. I'll see you next time. This cop here was actually one of the first ones on scene. He was actually one of the first on scene when I got here. Well, the first ones I seen when I got here. Not sure who was actually on scene. I do appreciate Opal, you staying up with us. Thank you, Pamela, for sharing that first half of this incident here. I do appreciate that as well. We do have the vehicle leaving the scene here. Again, we do have a couple cops here. They are appearing to be taking down the tape. If you guys can see that there. They are going to be taking all the tape down. Yeah, I'm kind of scared now that there's no other witnesses on scene. Stuck here with 3 cops. One of them is a sergeant, and she obviously is a liar. She's already lied to me a couple times tonight. So, but they might not just be taking a tape down. They might just be taking a tape down in that direction so this officer can get through. The news did come earlier. It was Care 11, but he did come once, and he didn't get very much of a view because I think that cop just left, actually. He's probably going to be following the car down to the impound lot. But they do, if you guys want to call it a night, you guys can. I'm sure the family will be coming up here soon to be here at the scene. I am probably going to call it a night myself. Once again, I do appreciate you guys. Definitely check out the first half tomorrow if you guys want. There was a lot of people on scene earlier. When I came back, there was pretty much nobody on scene at that point. Like I said, this cop here is a sergeant. She's not doing a whole lot of looking for any more evidence. I will see you, Ralphie. I do appreciate it. Definitely appreciate all you guys. So they are going to be opening Howard here, but they're going to keep Wilson blocked off. So they are going to be putting a vehicle here, blocking off Wilson, but opening up Howard. So but they are going to keep Wilson blocked off for the time being. They do still have it blocked off in that direction as well, to the west. But again, guys, I'm probably going to call it a night here. Just want to say thank you, guys. Again, I do appreciate all your support. I do appreciate you guys sticking with me this far. Thank you guys all for your support. Definitely catch me on the next live. It'll probably be next weekend, but it'll probably be not Friday since Mr. Live on Patrol is live. So I'll definitely try and get possibly Saturday I'll be coming out, but it might be another ride along. We'll see. I usually, it's been a new thing for me to do the ride along thing, so we are going to try it again and see what it, what we can get. This past Saturday wasn't too eventful, so we are going to figure it out. But good night, you guys. Stay blessed, stay safe. I'll definitely try to get around to it, Ralphie. I do work a lot. I do work a lot overnights as well. So I'm going to try to get out there, Ralphie, and see what we can do. But I will definitely try my best to get out there with you guys. But thank you again. You guys have a good night.